This is for real. 3 people from 3 different locations created a 450 doc presser using Google Docs. So there are few features from Google Docs that can actually help you in sharing, collaborating, and communicating with your peers in no time. Again, drawing from my personal experiences. So there's a press that the team had to complete. So a lot of back and forth used to happen in the past when we used to use other products. But using Google Docs, what we did was any changes for a particular document or presentation that have to be made were made in real time. Were you guys there for the product demos in the morning? Did you get to see? Yeah. This is what I'm talking about, right? So in real time, you can actually edit docs irrespective of which location you are at in no time.
I think that is probably something that will make more sense to working women. Something that you're able to edit, add, continue on.
Exactly, and that particular feature is not restricted to women, anyone can do it.
I'm glad.
Moving on. This is really a personal problem for me, managing my emails. I spend nearly 2 to 3 hours every day just to read emails, skip someone, and archive something, right? So, how many of you actually have problems like deciding what to read and what not to read? Right? Heard of filters and labels? Right? So there are features in Gmail that allows you to decide what's important, what's not important, and your system understands, right? If you mark something important, it will be marked as important, and it will help you in prioritizing which email to read first. You see, right now, I mark these 2 emails as important, and say I mark this as important. It's moved to the list. But going forward, any email, if I get from these 3, emails that are marked, like these 3 people were marked as important, will be in my inbox in the form of important, and I don't get to miss that. This is one of your feature. Now, labels, right? So, email management is one of the most painful tasks, but it's also at the same time very important because you don't want to spend too much of your time, right, just deciding what to read and what not to read. So using filters and labels, what you can do is say you've been getting emails from a particular person every day, but you just don't feel it's important for you to read. So what that helps you in doing is, whenever that particular emails come from that particular person, when you receive an email from a particular person, you can just skip your inbox and archive it. So I'm sure like when you purchase XYZ products from XYZ site, you're alluded into actually, checking the box like, give me updates and information of your future products and services. So all that you do is like keep getting email from the same email ID all the time. But that just clutters your inbox. How do you escape that? So just create a filter saying, every time I get email from this particular ID, skip my inbox. So that will make your inbox clutter-free. Right? There's something called as labels. Now, we have like a lot of work coming through emails, but you don't know which one to prioritize right now or keep it for later. So through labels, what you can do is say this work requires immediate action, right? So you can mark this priority. Say this can wait for some time. So maybe you can mark this like action required, right? And say you send something to someone and you're waiting for the other person to take action. So you can have an appropriate label for that. So this way you'll have to save a lot of your own time while reading and working on your emails. Moving forward. As I mentioned about Google Tasks, right? How it can help you in, submitting or emailing the incomplete task to your teams or colleagues.
I have a question on filters. Are filters like blocking? Like we don't completely get mail from them, or we do get mail?
Depends what you ask the filter to do. So sometimes you can ask the filter to, okay, you know what, I don't want to read it right now, but move it to this filter or label called read later. So you can customize all of that. Here's again docs. Like I'm sure you must have seen when you're working on docs. Like these are just various kind of docs, like in the form of document presentation, form, join, and folder. My personal favorite is form because it's something like we use form to send out service, collect feedback, and yeah. Prepare your profile. How many of you here have your Google Plus page? Awesome. Your profile is your online business card. Though business card doesn't give you the leverage of having as much as information you want to, but you can't. But you can do all of that here. Right? So here you fill everything that's about the product and services that you're offering. And excuse me. Fill in everything that you know about your products and services that you're offering. One of the important aspects is make sure your brand logo is set as your picture, because people would want to associate, when they're looking at your profile, they would want to associate with what your logo is. It's very important. These are a few things that people actually sleep on, but it's very important. Have your contact info in place, because sometimes not everyone, would like to do activities online. Sometimes they just, look up for your information and then probably connect with you offline. Right? So have all of this in place. One of the most important thing is, before you expect a lot of people to follow you, make sure you have some interesting content in place. You can't expect people to follow you if you don't have a page. For example, I have a page on photography, but since I don't usually post pictures on the particular page, I can't expect people to follow me. Whereas, let me give you an example. It's again real life examples. I have a colleague who is again a photographer. In less than 2 months, he actually got more than 1,500 followers and 3 assignments just through using his Google Plus page. Again, coming back to the point, post interesting content. This is very important because people are there on the social networking sites. They would love to see what you are up to, if there's anything in store for them. Say, for instance, you're a boutique and you have new products that are coming in. It'll be really interesting if you take pictures of those products and post it on your Google Plus page. It's important because we've seen in the past, the minute you put up content about your products, you see a lot of activity taking place on your website, right? This is not the end of it. Through Google Plus, say I bought a certain products from this particular website and I had plus pointed, and I have people in my circle, right, who see I bought this particular product. Even there's a tendency for them to go look at those products, and it might just lead to conversion, which in layman terms means sale. Right? So keep posting interesting content so that people will follow you and look for information around your products and services. Right? For example, say you're good at you're a choreographer, right? And you want people to come and actually join your dance institute, right? So you can actually have a page here saying that we'll be having a demo for people who are interested in joining this, come and visit, and post the hangout. So through that, you can actually give people a demonstration of what kind of dance classes take place, and also have people register. Engage with your followers. This is very important in the sense, we've seen so many times, people are actually replying to your post comments or anything that you update on your social networking site. But when they reply and they don't hear from you, it's a really bad user experience, and you don't want to be doing that with your customers or clients. For example, there's this particular time when someone had a really bad user experience with one of the Parley products, right? And all that they had to do was just bring it to the notice on some social networking forum saying that, hey, you know what, I bought so and so, but it was terrible, I didn't have a good experience. What they did was, the company, they actually had sent him like stuff worth for like 6 months or a year for free. So that's how they take it so seriously. So again, you don't want users to have a bad experience. Again, if they have like, you know, if they feel good about the products and services that you offer, share those comments, right? They act as a testimonial. So when I know that, okay, this particular client is really happy and he really likes the products and services that you have to offer, let me look at it. Let me go for it. Because unless and until you are not active on these forums, you're not trying to do enough justice to it. Post-time, that's pretty common because even WOW team, they realize the importance of how we would like to cater our women entrepreneurs. We now have like weekly hangouts. Right? This again, have you tried the new events? Anyone here? So events is a like interesting and what's the intuitive form of actually calendar invite. So this is up on the Google Plus page. It's pretty simple. You just go there and create a new event. So say I get them early on Friday, so I can just put in the location where I want, right? Details and invite whoever. So right now I'm just using this particular ID which has no contacts, but ideally we'll add all the people we want to invite, right? So it's just very interesting because you know it adds more delight when a person is receiving an invitation saying that, oh, this looks pretty intuitive to me, right? So I just created an event like dinner with a client. That's a picture. Again, this is a part of calendar. Say you're a doctor and you know you're really there in the online space. You want people to come visit your clinic or meet you on a one-on-one basis, either online or offline. So this is one of the instances, like instead of creating an event, you can create appointment slots, right? Say each slot is for half an hour, type it. And all that you have to do is just send this link to them, right? And they can book like 30-minute slot for themselves based on your availability. You get the drift of it, right? Here it is. So they can create slots for themselves. So when they see like the first two are not open for them, they can actually, you know, go for the third and fourth one. So these are the resources. It's available for women entrepreneurs on the web.com. See, everything that you just saw in this presentation, if you don't know how to go about it, the resources are there to help you, and you can just look up there. We have a Google Help Center to address all these concerns.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Excuse me. Did you all notice one of the options we had out? Share screen? Yep. So using share screen, you can actually share a presentation, document, or any form of document while you're hanging out. So that's again pretty cool because again in real time you can take actions. Right?
The whole
Yeah.
presentation is shared or just the part which is specified?
The screen. So if you drag that onto your screen, it will be seen. You have a question?
Yeah, just for women entrepreneurs, like, does Google help you with marketing, sales, and apart from the technology, what does it give?
So we have a team called the consultants team. What they do is, like, say you register with us, you have a website ready. We actually help you and guide you through the entire process till you feel comfortable doing all of this on your own. So we have a dedicated team looking at this.
Starting from opening your Gmail account to your last part.
Till the time you feel comfortable, we guide you through the process.
Thank you.
Questions, anyone?
Yeah, do you also provide mentorship? Like, is this only for existing entrepreneurs, or is it also for someone who is, say, wants to, venture into this space?
So if you're, like, say you run a business right now,
Yeah.
right? And if you want to get into it, you can definitely come register with us. And once you register, we'll take you the entire process.
No, what I'm asking is that is it only like for some, like if I don't have something of my own for now, but if I want to start something in the near future, if I have an idea or something, for instance.
Yeah, you can totally.
So in that case, does it also provide guidance, or is it just on the marketing point of view?
No, you can. So the time you have this, say you have your idea materializing, right?
Yeah.
And if you have this program running, you can definitely enroll with us and you take it forward. And as far as you asked about training and everything, we have weekly hangouts where we will talk about few topics, address few of our users' concerns.
Like mainly from the technology point of view.
Any questions, like, with regards to your business and how you can go about promoting it online.
Okay.
Any more questions? We have some cool mugs to give us, so if you have something really interesting to ask, feel free. Sure. Is it just one?
No, I just want the answer first. We have developed a cool application. It's not actually an application. It's a password system, which we want to sell it to some potential. Who actually need it. Where do I
Come back.
we have developed a password system which is quite uncrackable by many algorithms. Where exactly can I get the users for that? The people who need that,
She's looking for buyers. Buyers,
Yeah.
marketing again,
So
right?
again,
It's a product.
It's a part, so you have to go about the marketing. What we can do help you is providing all the tools, products possible.
Will there be hangouts with higher technical people who understand that stuff?
No, I don't think so. No. It's something that we can do.
If you have a website of your own, would you still advise one to have a Google Plus page? If so, how is it more advantageous?
Definitely. So one of the things is, if you have a Google Plus page or vice versa, right? So say people come look at your website and you have a Google Plus logo there, like someone's plus one's there. It will reflect on your Google Plus page, right? And if you see, if more the followers, that means more people like your products and services. So it's just a fact that people are looking for your products and services and people actually like it. So if you see that, it translates really well into your business. Because let me throw some stats at you. We did like a study where we saw how plus one buttons actually translate into real conversion. So say say 10 of my friends plus one. I can't give you the exact numbers, but 10 of my friends had plus one something, out of which 2 of them leads to additional conversions. So say I'm an e-commerce site and 10 of my friends have liked a particular product. So I'm actually induced into buying that product, right? So that helps.
I think your question is something we all are facing. I think G Plus is a more interactive thing. Like you look at our websites, we are all flat-faced. Okay. We might have the product range on that, and the clients might send us
I'm into
emails.
services, so if you
Yeah, so I'm into construction, right?
Okay.
So we are all selling services at the end of the day.
Okay.
But these guys, what they're promoting is something more interactual, where they're sort of introducing
Social
a human
network.
touch to the entire experience, which we are not being able to do through our websites.
Plus one is sort of recommendation, no? That is additional recommendation by another person.
First
Yes.
of all, why do we need a
Who
website?
also needs to
Sorry?
have
Why do we
identity.
need a
Why do
website?
we
Because
Why
through
do we need a
pages,
website?
through
Online
Facebook pages or
presence.
through Google pages, we are getting it for free.
Okay.
Then why do we invest money on a website and
for free.
No, if you're talking about this particular program, the website you need to buy a domain. Second thing is, why do you need a website? Say you have
I have
Google
a small
Plus
scale
page.
industry with a customer base of around 500.
Okay.
So they don't interact with the website or do nothing with the website. So for cost effective analysis,
So
why?
I say like your website and the Google Plus page, they act as like your online visiting card, right? So how many of you actually before buying something look up for a particular, say you made up your money to buy something and he's the
Search.
particular stockist.
Yeah.
You search for it, and if you're not there, you're losing out on business. As simple as that.
No, you're searching, you look for recommendation, you sort of shortlist, and then now what G Plus
No,
is
I
doing
think
is
this
that.
question is why do you need a website?
No, but that's online presence.
Exactly.
And I think we can use that Google Plus page to promote that website, right?
Yes.
It's back and forth.
Exactly. It's vice versa.
Yeah, it's back
Yeah.
and forth. And what I'd like to ask you is that suppose we go ahead and we buy a domain from this thing. Has it got some restrictions? Like you buy a lot of these trial websites, right? Free websites. You sort of develop.
No, that will be your own website. So you can.
So you don't have any restrictions as in the basic format that is going to be displayed, because they all look like manufactured websites where you have.
Okay, I
so
get your question. Yeah.
I put myself on a trial
Okay.
to see okay, online presence, you're aiming for an online presence, but does it really work for my business model? So you pick up the free stuff first and you bounce it off. But now what we're feeling is that we are sort of boxed into what that particular service provider thinks our website should look like.
So you're trying to say it's not customized for
It's
you.
not customized for us.
Yeah. So this is something I'm not too sure, but I'll definitely get back to you because from what I personally know, I think as a user you should be
You
getting.
should be.
Yeah, but I'll get back to you on this for
This,
sure.
the one that I started using was the SharePoint one, and that just boxes you out. Okay, yahin pe the logo can come, and this is the font
You're
you
trying
have
to say
to
it's
use.
a template,
Yeah,
and you
templates.
don't get that
You don't-
customization that you're looking for. I totally get your point. I'll definitely get back to you on this.
Actually, Ankit,
on Google sites you can customize by yourself, and there is Google Apps domain where you can buy. You can buy and you can actually embed your site into your domain.
That's it.
There's something called Google Sites,
Yeah.
where there's a HTML page which has been written. You can customize it however you want. And if you have a domain, you can actually embed this page into that domain. So you don't need to be
But
restricted.
do we need to be on parallel maintaining both the things? Because what you're
Google actually provides domain for you actually, instead of buying it from some separate.
no, but the reason would still be that do we manage one thing
You
at
manage
one
one thing.
time,
You
or
manage
we are
one thing.
parallelly doing
No,
that
you
much
manage
more?
one thing. You have
That would
Google
get
site and you
customized.
are using Google domain, so you manage only one thing.
Okay.
And to add to your question where you were asking about you are working woman and you change your schedule, how will that sync? If you have enabled calendar on your mobile and if you change anything in the calendar, it automatically
It
syncs to your
automatically,
computer
okay.
and the phone.
Sorry, you had a question.
Does Google site cost anything?
Google site?
I mean, to create a site.
Sorry.
To create a site for Google site.
No.
For maintenance.
No.
So Ankit, somebody after the launch that we attended for the WOW team, somebody got in touch with me from your WOW Google team and helped me make my own website. So I already have a website and I went ahead and made another website for which I have paid whatever it's amount we had to pay. And thereafter, it's just a full stop thereafter. So how do I take it to the next step and what's the next step? Because I'm like waiting for somebody to get in touch with me again because I was guided through by a WOW team member.
Okay.
And the website, I mean, I got a mail saying, okay, congratulations, you've got this website and this that. And then it's a full stop. So what next?
So maybe
How
what
do
you
I
can
take
do.
it to the next level now?
So are you trying to ask like, how do we help you take it to the next level, or
No,
it's just your question?
I'm waiting for somebody to get in touch with me, but maybe they are, so I feel there's a communication gap here. Because I said, okay, thanks a lot for this, and that was the last communication we had. So, I mean, are you guys waiting for me to go ahead, or I'm waiting for you all to get back?
This is just my assumption, maybe like,
No,
we
but
are
do you
still
know
under the
what's the
impression.
next level?
I don't know.
What is that you're
I
hoping?
told them that I don't
Yeah,
know.
maybe
I
we're
don't know
still
what
Yeah.
so
under
they
the
said,
assumption.
we'll help you make a website and it will be good for you. I said, okay, fine, I'll wait. So website तो बन गई, but उसके आगे कुछ हुआ ही नहीं.
Yeah, so maybe
And I'm
we are
not
just
starting
under the
with
assumption that
anything.
your website is still under development, and once it's ready, you get in touch with. But definitely, I'll take this up for you and ask the team to get in touch.
Yeah, please, because
I'll do that.
I sent a thank you note and they said, well, congratulations, and I think that's
That's
And I was like, wow, I've got two websites.
I have a question.
Sure.
We already have a website. How do I need to create a Google page again or Google Plus, or can I just transfer whatever?
These are two different things. Your website is different, your Google Plus page is different. Right? So your Google Plus page is more like networking. Your website is an entity itself. Right? But if you have questions like how do you become a part of this program without actually not having or still having a website, you just need to register and we can take it forward from there. Any more questions?
Thank you.
Okay, we break for 10 minutes. Again, we have a session which is like your business in the World Wide Web. So, go for your coffee breaks.
Go, run. Getting on more interactive ways, that's where we are doing so difficult. Nice, but figuring out the circles and take a lot of circles and visiting it. There's lots of
Actually, it's not that happening.
We'll start in the next 2 minutes.
Yep.
Just grab a chair. What we're going to talk about is your business in the World Wide Web. Where are you in terms of the whole online space? Yeah. The same circuit, like build your online business, collaborate effectively, connect with your customers, promote your organization, track and optimize of what you're actually doing. One of the very important aspects of actually getting your business online is to know what is your strategy, how you want to go about it. There are thousands of things available for you, but what's your strategy? You will come to know of all these things only when you know where your customers are, where your users are, and what kind of products and services are actually out there selling. Right? So something like a restaurant. Okay, let me give an example of a restaurant. You need to have a website because these days people have become so used to the web that before going to the restaurant, they want to actually see what's being served today. Right? So you want to see that. You want to have a Google Plus page or any social networking page to know what kind of feedback this particular restaurant is getting. Right? And you have a restaurant as a physical outlet, so you want to check on places, where exactly, how to get to this restaurant. And again, on Google Places, you have people giving feedback, rating this restaurant. So it's very important to understand what kind of online strategy you want to adopt for your business. Be it like having a website, to a YouTube channel, to a Google Places account, G Plus page, and things like that. So it's important that you have a strategy in place and then see how to go about it. Moving forward, your website. How many of you have the experience where you go to a website and see that you see a 404 error page? Did you ever go to the website again?
No.
Right? What are we trying to say here? You're saying it's a bad experience. I'm there, I spend my time looking up for your website and all it is giving me is like a 404 error page. Why would I come to your website? Right? The idea of having a good website built out is to actually facilitate the buying process or the kind of output you want from the user to make it as smooth as possible. Again, what you need to understand here is what is the idea of having a website? I'm just trying to give away information. You want users to come there and buy a particular product or service. What are you trying to do? So your website needs to follow all of that so that the users have a good experience. Talking about users, let me show you a video.
Yeah. Username? Nick Ann? No. And then 1983? No. Zanny Pops? Sorry. Zanny Pops? No, okay. Don't worry. What's your postcode? Oh, it's GU749ZT. Welcome back, Nick, forever. Please listen carefully to the spread life disagreement before continuing with your post of the local bread. If you do not, blah, blah, blah. You also agree not to use any bread-based product for any purposes prohibited by United Kingdom law, including without limitation, design, development, and manufacture of missiles, chemical, nuclear, or biological weapons. I'm afraid you've timed out. What? Sorry. Hello? Excuse me. Oh, yeah, hey. Just one minute, sir. Yeah, we'll just... What's your username? It's Nick forever, but number 4, not one. Gotcha, yeah. Okay, I'm just going to check that you're a real person. Could you say that? It's not even worth it. No, that's fine. You know what, forget it. Hey, pot of nice. You're in. Great, I'm in. £8.85. It's supposed to be 98 pence. That's express delivery. What's that? Oh, well, it's express delivery. Oh, so there's Stands down delivery. That's £4.99. Why? Bread insurance. You didn't. I'll take the don't decline bread insurance option. You know what? I think I'll risk it. It is quite close to the sell-by date. Don't care. 98 pence it is. But if you want to pop back in 5 business days, it'll be ready for your collection. Well, I need it now, obviously. Oh, okay. You want the take-home today price? So that's £3.27. You know what? I'm going to go. Come back soon.
Why on earth would you like to do something like this to your users? Why on earth? How many of you experienced this? Like the minute you sign into a website, you log into a website, you see give me a username, password, fill in some 1,000, 1,500 questions for surveys. Why would you want to do that? So the idea here is to understand when your users come, let the experience be smooth. Right? You know, they're here for a purpose. Make sure they meet that purpose, meet your goal and their goal. Just get good. So we need to understand that you should care for the users, make sure the experience is hassle-free. Would you like to see this web page when you're visiting a particular website for XYZ service? Definitely not. So make sure your website is clutter-free. Give the user what they're looking for. Don't try to put too much of information on the website. It's going to lead to a bad user experience. And just a FYI, how do you measure this? There's something called as bounce rate. And through Google Analytics, you can actually see what's happening on each and every page of your site. A user comes to a page, doesn't spend for more than like 2-3 seconds and just closes that page. Why is it happening? So using Google Analytics will help you get all that information. I'm surely going to visit this page after 140 days.
Calendar.
Yeah. I'll carry myself. Don't do this to your users. Don't. I love this page. Again, there are times when your pages might be generally taken down for maintenance service, or you're trying to upload some new, information on the page. In those cases, make sure that you have some message for the user. Okay, this particular page is taken down for maintenance. You can navigate to this page, take this to the home page or any other page where it makes sense for the user to go. Wow. I totally lost the plot. I know where should I go? What should I do? Exactly. What's your call to action here? What do you want the user to do?
Close window.
Exactly. That's what I would have. This is one issue that people don't really realize. So just Google search engine actually crawls pages, right? And you can't look at it from here, but then this is actually a flash page. Everything that's written here is not a text, it's an image. The bot can't search this, can't scan this page, so it won't understand. And when that happens, this won't be seen on the Google search page organic results. So make sure you have like less flash content on your website. Right? So this will help the bot to search for the page, scan the page, and make sure, hopefully it will be ranked on the organic results. So don't have too much flash content. Again, this is again like flash. So people, if you're using too much flash content on the website, people with low bandwidth connection, like people who are just using like mobile to access the web, they won't be able to access this page because it takes a lot of time, and that's again bad user experience. So make sure you have, addressed all of these concerns. Again, we come back to your Google Plus page. So This is something really interesting.
But there are certain websites when we go on those websites, they are like recommended with Internet Explorer 7, and sometimes we get that message. So how do we make our website free of this, that it should be compatible with all the browsers?
So whoever your website developer is, just make sure I want my website to be compatible with all the phones and browsers. That should take care of it. Again, look at the content on this particular page. I kept talking like how important it is to have good content, relevant information, the logos. So when I enter this page, it's visually appealing to me. I'm a foodie. So when I look at this page, oh, you know what, it draws my attention, and I actually feel the need for me to look at more content on this page. And whatever the purpose of this particular page is actually being served, because as a as an owner of this page, I want people to spend more time on the page, do a lot of activities. So have content on your website which will draw attention to people and make sure there's some kind of activity that takes place on the page. So I remember someone asking this question to me about having a Google Plus page and a website, how it helps. Yeah. So now, say I'm a Google Plus page and I see this particular mark here. It's a verified, so I know this is a genuine page. The products and services offered on this page are genuine. I'm not being scammed. So these are things that help, because as users, again, we like to believe, like so many, as users we like to believe, whatever we are being offered is genuine, right? So this is a verification page. Your video channel. This is one of the most interesting things that has taken place in recent past. Like, we've seen so many success stories just to people posting their videos on YouTube. Like Justin Bieber, Shraddha Sharma, and these are the examples that we think of. You never know what you're going to click, but you need to be there, because people are spending a lot of their time on YouTube watching videos. So you need to be there. Post interesting content. Again, you have like launch events, product demos, product walkthroughs, and tips from customers. Say someone who is into yoga, right? And you're a yoga teacher. What you can do is, whatever sessions that classes or trainings that you conduct, post those pictures, post those videos on YouTube. If they are really appealing to the users, you'll see a good fan following. You see a lot of people accessing your videos, trying to get more from you. So these are things that you need to be cognizant of while actually creating a YouTube video. Have content which is relevant for your users. Again, I don't know how many of you spend time looking at the comments that people post after watching the video. Right? So those help. Here, a few takeaways. Have a functional website with a clear call to action. This is very important. You don't want, promising the user to say like, get shoes from me and lead them to a t-shirt with a t-shirt page. That's a bad user experience. I don't want to be spending my time doing that. Use your business page to lead your visitors to specific sections. Right? Use video to add a personal touch to your messages. Let me show you an interesting thing. So this was McD's strategy for yesterday. It was eat. Right? This was a good method. It's French fries, but still, you're connecting to your users. Right?
There's that extra step.
Exactly. Engage with your visitors. Be your plus page. Because you don't want users to post something, comment something, and they don't, in reply, they expect you to reply. So every time you see someone posting you or posting on your videos or any kind of post, make sure you take time to reply. track and use the data to provide a better experience. Again, it's very important because you're investing so much of your time and energy, right? Don't let it go for waste. Track what's happening on your website. You can do that with Google Analytics. It's really powerful tool. So you should, I don't know, did people attend the session on analytics this afternoon?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So you yourself know how powerful it is to actually see your efforts.
Networking side. What about the business side? How do we do that on the business, what the website that we have? How do we engage with the visitors on that website?
Say you have a video on your business page. Have the same video on your website as well.
So the other suppose you're reaching out to your clients, the other person also has to be equally willing to come onto this platform.
Exactly.
And
Sometimes the customers that we have, they may not be connected to us on Google Plus. They may not be interested to follow us on Google Plus, or they just want to have that professional relationship. They don't want to follow us on Twitter or Facebook or Google Plus. So how do we engage with them?
Coming to your question, there are actually businesses running there just for professional purposes. Like BMW has a Google Plus page, right? It's only meant. I know, like a lot of times people take social networking for individual interaction, but it's not. That's not the case. Like a lot of businesses have moved to social networking site to reach out to their customers, right? So I don't. What the point that I'm trying to make is, social networking sites are just not there for individual interaction, but also for businesses.
Yeah, we can, but like I'm into online tutoring business. I have my clients all over the globe. It's online tutoring.
Okay.
So I have more students, means I really look for prospects all over the globe. See, they are not Indians because they don't pay that much. We are looking for the students US, UK, and they do not connect me on Facebook or Google Plus. They are not ready to. They are not willing to rather. So how do I manage to engage or build a rapport with them with my website?
just myth busting.
You need to post something.
Yeah, like I have my good CTR, I have a good quality score, but still ROI is not coming that well. So how do I enhance that?
So I'm sure there must be something not happening right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So all of it, like, for that I need to look at your AdWords account or your Google Analytics account and see something's not happening right.
Exactly.
Question here. What do you
Let
mean by
me
engage?
complete.
In your context,
I mean,
what
how
would
can
engagement
we-
mean?
I mean, how can I interact them to that extent that I can
Influence
engage
them
with the
and
visitors?
ultimately convert
Because once
them.
there's so many websites these days, they log into some, means even if the AdWords are correct, they are visiting the website, but they are not buying the packages. So how can I engage them so that I can convince them on one-on-one basis? That's what.
I just have to understand one thing. Your customer segment are really not the kids. The customer segment is really the parents.
Exactly. So many parents also, and there's some kids in the sense like MBA students and all. So they don't generally, I haven't seen that they consult with their parents. Most of the time.
Yeah, MBA, yeah, I thought, I mean, when you say kids, I mean, I don't think
It's not only kids, it's students.
No, I think it's you're trying to drive a cultural change, right? So eventually you'll have to keep going at it till the time. Because till now, Facebook was considered like something that the children do, and you're too sophisticated or too old to get into Facebook and stuff. So I think there's still that thing on the web that you can't do serious business over the social networking sites.
not
So
really.
that-
I mean, nowadays,
Yeah, possibly as well that not just social networking sites, but there may be sites which are relevant to your specific domain, where maybe taking an ad out may help, or it's about driving traffic. Because
Yeah,
if
exactly.
I'm correct, it's about, out of every 100, maybe 2 people actually buy
people, yeah,
something.
one.
You need to ensure that 100 people come to your website.
Yeah,
in each
even
case.
if people are coming,
I
they're
guess
not buying.
that's-
So
That's about driving the traffic there and less about your own website, because as you said, you've done everything possibly you could to on your own website. It could be something beyond that.
So that's what I was asking him. How can you Google help me to enhance that, or can you guide me how to work upon it
You know,
further?
maybe this will help because see, I normally go to sites which I find interesting. If they are too focused on the product selling and they're too serious and too bland, I don't find it interesting and I just leave it. Unless there's something really catchy or maybe funny or maybe something very interesting, I just don't go visit those sites. I feel if everybody is so focused on promoting the business only and there's nothing interesting, I don't visit that. I look for something very different.
But
So
I
maybe
have
if
checked
if it's an educational thing, maybe if there's some very funny video or some caricature or something different which will attract.
I just want him is I have checked the analytics. People are visiting, but the packages are not bought. So that's what I'm asking.
You need to give good
No, I
discounts. She needs to give good discounts then.
Yeah, but ultimately I think if it's a cultural change that you're trying to drive, it would be first about giving something out for free,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
getting
some
them
discounts.
initiated into it and giving them the feeling that you are going to do something for them, and then probably asking them to latch onto your
That's a
product.
wonderful carrot.
Yeah. So you'll have to do something for them.
Engage this
If
thing
it's a
was,
demo, if it's a free
follow.
class, if it's some camp that you're holding or something, that's the only way. If you're looking for, at the end of the day, it's still going to be a human touch. Machine, technology, everything aside.
We are running short of time. Panel is coming to next. So thanks for attending. And I'll be outside, so if you have any more questions, you can come and ask.
Excuse me, one last question. Can we access others like Google Analytics? Check out
Definitely
the.
Nice. Oh wow. Look at that.
I like that.
She said, give a carrot. She said, I want to add data. Let's buy the farm.